I'm Trevor. I'm going to show how this tool can be used in the kitchen with cutting certain, well, this particular we're going to use zucchini, different kinds of cuts for someone who has trouble using their hand. So it fits quite nicely on the hand. Locking 3 fingers is very convenient for holding things. As you can see, it's got this non-slip, so it actually holds the food in place, which is really good and useful. I've already done a couple slices because I can slice very easily by holding it. Usually on a zucchini of this size, we cut off the ends and we cut it in a cut. It's called a Parisienne, which is in half and then a quarter, leaving 2 pieces. Now imagine cutting with this can be either way. I could hold it this way because it's the way it's formed, which is very convenient. As you can see, I've done the cuts, or I can hold it actually with the tip because the way it's again designed, it's very convenient. Right to the bladed guard, so it's quite useful. We have nice cuts to be washed. Other objects might be a little tougher, but again, because of the curve, we're able to hold the shot here and cut off what is necessary. I'm going to peel this one. Now this I can do in one hand almost by using this maybe to hold it.
It'll probably work better with that other material we're gonna use.
The non-slip?
Yeah, not the non-slip, but the one with the little spikies coming out.
Yeah, but then again, that damages the piece we're gonna cut right now. So.
No, but it's not metal. It was made of silicone.
Oh. So, as you can see, these cuts are very uniform, and so the tool did not enable my cutting or speed, as you can see. Now this, with the guard here, it's really good because I can actually get right down to the end cut. As you can see, there's just that one piece, but big deal. This is.
I got a question. Like, does a blade? You know, usually you do that little paw, that crazy. You know, all chefs do that thing.
Yeah, claw, which would be like this without the guard blade, of course. Here, I'd be using my front knuckles to. But it's almost the same thing due to the fact that we have that on there. So it's exactly the same thing. The only difference is I can't feel it against my hand, which is not that big of a deal. But as you can see, the cuts are exactly the same as what I just cut. That's without the guard blade, and that's with. So it's almost the same, or it is. If I didn't have feeling in my hand, it wouldn't matter anyway, because I wouldn't feel the knife. So.
I guess it's just a matter of practice.
Well, as you can see, I don't. This is the first time I'm using it, and I haven't practiced with it. It's the first time I'm cutting with it. I have absolutely no problem to cut with it. So I don't think it's practice. I think it's just if you've been working in a kitchen or know how to cut, this will not hinder this. In fact, this can be practical for a beginner in a kitchen because maybe they won't cut themselves. When you're teaching them how to hold food properly, it actually could be quite useful now that I think about it. Anyway. To cut this smaller pieces, I might think might be a more hindrance because it's a little smaller. And to Julien, I'll show you one without the tool because usually we do it like this in the kitchen to make nice little cubes. As you can see, there's a lot of movement on one little piece, and it's nothing big, just a couple cuts to get uniform pieces to saute for making a sauce. Example. Now I'm going to try the next piece with the tool. I don't imagine I'm going to do it as fast because my hand's clawed, but I don't see why it wouldn't work just as well. And again, because of the protection factor, I don't know. I think it'll work just as well. So we're going to do our lateral cuts there, which doesn't seem to be a problem. And we're going to have to hold it. Because of the tool, I think I'm just going to do that one slice instead of two, which is fine because I can always chop it up a little bit finer after. The only thing when you cut like that, you'll see it spreads when you put the pressure of the knife. So I'm going to put a little pressure with the tool, keeping it. As you can see, it's not moving, which is very convenient. And I have no problem, again. But like I said, it's spreading, but that's just to the end, so I can always just turn that one piece and just like that. It's not the end of the world. But my cuts with a tool, oops, and the cuts without the tool here, pretty much the same thing. I don't see a difference, and to my surprise, it was just as quick, almost just as quick as using the tool. So I don't see, this is very good for someone who has no hand, or has no feeling in their hand, rather, and I've just demonstrated that it didn't hinder my cutting.
You mentioned earlier that you can see it having kind of, you liked it because it would have uses outside of someone who had a disability?
Well, certainly for someone who's starting in the kitchen, not to be sexist, but usually girls or young kids, guys, you know, they're timid of a knife, like anybody. I mean, the knives are sharp, so most people cut like this when they start cutting. Even at home, you hold food like this usually, just because, you know, you might be cutting over here and holding the food down here just because that's how you're used to cutting. When you're cutting anything, you want to be as close to the blade as possible. That's the whole point. So you can control the food. The food won't move at any point. You have control of it and your cuts. So that henceforth making perfect uniform cuts. Because, like, see, this one's bigger than this one. But when we were using the tool, which was here, you can see they're all the same size, which is important because that's what we, especially in a professional kitchen, is what we want, is uniform cuts. Now, with the tool on, I can still control the food. As you can see, I can control its movement. I can hold it from going anywhere. So I can be right up close, as I was just saying, to do those cuts. Slowly moving my hand back. That's all. But I think it's just as good as a hand, if not better. In fact, it is better in the sense that it's got a protection of the blade. I mean, there's absolutely no chance there's a hole here, which I think is great because it's convenient to wash. If it's dirty, just rinse it right out because sometimes you get stuff in there, who knows. But as for the blade, it can't get in there because it's just enough. As you can see, it, even if I try to put the blade, I can't. So whoever designed this was really well thought. So
Laura she did that. She did a thing where it protected your finger, but also directed the blade so that it would just slide off.
It's just that eighth of an inch off. So you can see it was well designed, well thought out. And like I told you, it does everything that I'd want to do in a real kitchen. I mean, this is easy to cut with. I imagine cutting peppers and onion and everything easy. The zucchini is usually used in a basis of like a ratatouille or something, or even lasagna, vegetarian lasagnas. So I think if you're cutting high volumes and you're a beginner in the kitchen, this tool will just be just as handy. And its design is very sleek. It's not ugly. It's see-through, and it's all soft. It's all been very nicely buffed off. So, for the MAT pack, which is the people that come for the government inspections for hygiene and whatnot, because they could say this is an unhygienic tool, as it might hold food or bacteria or whatever. But as you can see, the design of it, there's absolutely no chance of it holding food. It's no different than a blade of a knife. When in finished with using it, you have to just clean it. I mean, wash it, disinfect it, simple as that, and it's just as clean. I mean, it doesn't smell. I was cutting an onion, the shallot with it, and I can't smell it. I just rinsed it under water and dried it off with a towel. So.
Well, the only thing is, we decided to make it out of Lexane because it's more environmentally friendly. But the problem is that
under high heat it could bubble. I'm sure, because that is not it's not heat resistant.
No, yeah, it's not heat resistant. You can't put it in the dishwasher. Is that okay? You just have to disinfect it when you're done at the end of the night.
Well, why wouldn't you wash this by hand anyway? I think putting it in the dishwasher. First of all, because these, I'm sure, are molded custom to the hand. As you can see, this fits my hand. This is not made for my hand, probably, but it fits me. I got large hands, so it fits me quite nicely considering it. Right in here, it's nice and tight. Down to my fingers, I feel completely snug. Not over tight where I'm like losing circulation or anything. Just right. And like I said, the whole thing is just, it's great. Well, this is not gonna work because I cut it there, but.
All right. Thank you.
I cut myself.